Hey, welcome back to Fixing Things. We're back over here at Roger and Nancy's trailer, and today we're going to be doing some more electrical work, man. I got my electrical beanie on, I got my Klein's gloves, and it is frigid. It's only about 35 degrees outside and windy. Yesterday it rained, so today I want to use the dryer. I don't want to get wet, but I want to get this thing done. So today we're going to be running the conduit under and over to the well pump and hooking up the well pump and the pressure switch on Roger and Nancy's well on their trailer, so they can get their inspections and get ready to start moving in. We still got some more stuff to do. They got to finish putting the awning on. We got some decks to do, and that's about it. And we get the power turned on, they'll be moving in. Hey, if you want to know how to put in one of these power poles on your trailer, go back to one of my other videos and I'll show you how it's done. We got this thing inspected. The only thing is, they're not going to let us run the power until we get an OP. I don't know why. I didn't even know how you get an OP without having power turned on, but I guess that's how they do it here in Stafford County. All right, let's get with it. All right, let's get this panel open. So I purchased 30 feet of half-inch conduit. We also got a 90 PVC 90, and we're going to find a nice half-inch cutout KO and go down, make a 90, and shoot it right next to level with this feeder conduit right here, the one that feeds the panel. So let's choose a KO, one that looks good, it's out of the way, and leaves him plenty of room. I'm thinking we can come out right in here-ish, be level with this one, come down 90 over. I'm thinking this one right here. All right, now let me go get some supplies. All right, anytime you're running outside, you want to be using PVC. And this is a PVC connector, and here's the lock ring. Slap that bad boy up in here, put the lock ring on. Give it a couple good love taps. She's in. Now we're going to get our conduit over here and our PVC 90, and that will give me my my length to cut the first piece at, and we'll glue that in place. Then we'll be underneath the trailer. Cold, it don't want to seize up. Come on. All right, we got this thing strapped on there. It's tightened up, it's hooked into the beam. Now we're gonna glue my first 10-foot section. It is cold. This stuff just does not like to work. Did I tell you it was cold out here? Oh my gosh, it's cold. So, just like I did here on this 2-inch, we're using a strap and a beam clamp. Believe it or not, it feels, even though the awning is not finished, it actually feels warmer underneath here. Or I'm getting used to it. I doubt that. All right. Ah. One of the things I like to do when I know I'm going underneath a building or something like that, a crawl space, is I want to have almost everything I need with me when I go underneath there. That way I ain't got to crawl back out. Now we'll go on to over by the pressure switch. We're going to set a junction box and a switch so we have a means of disconnect. All Roger stuff's blown away. Okay, we're over here by where the pressure switch is now, and we're going to mount a box right here. So again, we're going to use another one of these little connector thingies. All right. Looks like I got a lot of room, but I don't got a lot of room. There's my liquid tight. So all you guys that are trying to be electricians, you got to use Kleins. And you know that they're Kleins because your Kleins, they talk to you. Kleins. Did you hear that? Kleins. So good tools, Kleins talk to you. So I'm not going to use the center ones because the center would come out in the middle of the 2-pole switch. We're going to use one of the ones on the bottom. It also needs to have a ground lug, and we're going to be up against the frame. It's going to go on something like this. And go right there-ish. And then we'll have another one loop back out the Liquid-Tight and go into that. We get the beam clamp on here. I did have a big screwdriver. Right here. Now glue this bad boy on right there. It's Christmas time of year, the most wonderful time of the year. Knock out another KO. It's too cold, this stuff don't want to move. Ugh. All right, I got 10 or 15 feet. Maybe I got enough wire. We'll try pushing it and see how much we got. Then I only need another 3 feet on that. I may have enough. So we still got to put a switch here, disconnect it. All right, so the reason why we're putting a switch here is that the breaker, the means of cutoff, is on the other side of the trailer. And the code says for any electric motor or anything like that, you have to have a means of disconnect within lines of sight of the unit. So the means of disconnect is not at the breaker anymore. So therefore you got to have a switch here. It's still good to shut the breaker off, but you never know if somebody over there doesn't see you, goes over there and it flips the breaker while you're working on the wires. Not a good thing. So having a means of disconnect right here before your pressure switch is a good idea. That's Pastor Bill's tip for today. All right, let's go over here and see if we got enough wire. If not, gotta run to maybe Capital Electric and pick me up some wire. Alright, I ran my shortest piece of black wire I got, and it's out the box by 6 inches already, and it's not going to be long enough. So I'm going to have to run to the store and get some more. But here's the breaker. I'm going to put this breaker in the number one position. And I'm going to run and go get some wire. A foot and I would have had enough wire. Man. All right, I'm back from the supply house. I got my my 2 hots taped in here. You know, this stuff is $90 a roll these days. Man. What I like to do is I take the tip. I like to have the green a little bit longer because I'm going to trim it and make a pigtail in the box. But I like to bend it over so it goes through the pipe a little easier. I'm just going to feed it down in there. If it don't feed all the way, then I'll run the fish tape through it. Half-inch conduit tends to have, especially PVC, tends to have a little bit more resistance. Once you get about 20-30 feet down in there, sometimes the wire bends. I got all I had was stranded wire. So I got 2 stranded and the copper is solid. So the solid one will help push it through. I think I'm in the box. Go a couple more feet out here. Yep, there it is. We'll pull enough to get down to the box, to the pressure switch. All right, we'll go terminate it on the other side now. Now we got enough. All right, let's get the ground out of the way first. All right, now let's go terminate and put the switch in. All right, we got the box is bonded now. And let's put our liquid type on. I got the wire pushed through it already. All right, so when you're doing a 220 and you're doing the switch, you need a special switch that has 4 dark gold pin lugs on it, and it has to be what they call a 2-pole. So this is a 2-pole 20 amp switch. So that means there's going to be 2 hots going in and 2 hots going out. And also you need to check, because sometimes the current goes this way from like pole to pole this way, or sometimes it goes from pole to pole this way, and you got to check. Different manufacturers make them a little bit different. So I'm going to check it on my multimeter. All right, so in this switch, it goes this way. Wasn't supposed to break like that. So when we're making our pigtails up for our ground, we're going to take the one that's bonded and one that's coming over to the pump switch, and we're going to put another one on it that goes to the disconnect switch. All right, here's what it looks like after we got done. So we got the off and on switch. That's the means of disconnect, because you can't see, well, you can see the pole all the way over there, but you can't see it when you're working on this pump, when all his siding gets on. There's his pressure switch. There's the well people's wire, and ours is all in conduit. Everything's in conduit. Everything is secure, and I think that's what we're good. I think this is a wrap until power gets turned on. All right, that's gonna be it for this episode of Fixing Things. Hey, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I'm getting close to my 1,000 mark, and man, I'd love to be able to hit that before the end of the year. Be nice. This thing came out good. Got our 220 breaker in. We got it marked. Got my conduit in. Got it secured. We got all the wires run. Ready for inspection. That's what I'm talking about. This thing looks good. Hey, God bless each and every one of you. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I don't like being in those cramped up little spaces like that. That's my pet peeve. But we got it done, and it's looking good. God bless you. I'll see you on the next episode. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Do I even have time to do something else today? Sun's getting low in the sky. I think I'm gonna go take a hot shower. I'll see you on the next episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill.